Hi, we're Mike and Cheryl, and we would love for you to come join us while we restore this 1959 century Coronado. We're going to take the boat looking like this and turn it into this magnificent beauty. And we would love for you to join us for the adventure.
So we finally made it back to the house, and we are taking a quick inspection of the motor. Looks like there's some water in the motor. It's too thick, so it's gonna put some diesel fuel in there to help rinse it and get it out. And then we'll have to try to evaluate where that water came from. There's a couple places could have come. Hopefully it's not the major place that water gets in from, which would be a cracked block, but there are other ways water can get in there. So Mike's checking, see if he sees anything on the block as far as a crack. Okay. So far, not seeing anything. The freeze plugs appear to be still in there. Those are supposed to pop if a motor gets frozen.
It may just have been some rainwater cut in through the breather.
So
I'm not seeing any damage. We may believe that
but it's a work in progress, so we will keep on looking at this. Probably be the project for today.
for a little while.
Okay, it's August. I think it's the 13th. We have washed the boat down this morning to get all the dirt out. Cleaned up pretty good. Looks better. Still needs a lot of work. But Mike's digging into the motor, see if he can get some ideas of the issues of where that water is coming from in the oil.
That's in the motor?
That's in the motor. I stated in a previous video that we found oil in the motor, which was incorrect. We found water and oil in the motor. So you certainly would hope to find some oil in your motor. So I wanted to make a correction on that because, you know, that's the way it is.
We make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. So Mike has got his bore scope. He has taken one of the spark plugs out, and he is going to be checking around in the cylinder to see what he can see. You see anything, honey?
Yeah, I see a piston.
There's a piston in there?
I don't see any rust or water.
Well, that's good. So we're working on disconnecting the motor from the boat. We're going to have to pull it out. There we go. That's a little better picture. There's water in the oil filter canister, so that leads us to believe that there's been in there for too long. There's probably a crack somewhere or something going on. So getting it out of here, we'll deal with that part of it a little bit later. We'll start working on the other parts of the boat in the meantime. Okay, here we are. We're sitting in the boat. It's inside our little shed now. And yes, it has a siren. Why? We don't know, but it does. But we're sitting in the boat trying to make some decisions about the next step, because we found that oil in the motor, and so that means there'll be no giving it any kind of test run before we start tearing it apart, because we're going to have to pull the motor anyway. So motor's going to come apart, and we're going to start working on the hull, working on the bottom. But so we're sitting in here today, this afternoon, trying to decide what to do. And so Mike decided to throw the battery in here because I said I wanted to hear the horn run, and he made it happen because that's the kind of man he is. Right, baby?
Yep.
I love you, honey. But this is one of the few Coronados that we have seen that has a siren. And speaking to Jim Wolf, we believe that this is a dealer option that was added, and there's very few boats that have this, so we think that's really, really cool. So Mike's working on getting the motor mount bolts out. We've got it attached to the lift. We are gonna pull this sucker out here. Maybe today. I don't know. Here in a little bit. Alrighty. Check back with you later. Okay, here we go. We're pulling the motor out. Mike's at the controls. Mayday. Okay, ready. Pulling it out. Winch is giving us a little bit of a fuss. But that's alright. Mike has got it under control. Well, here it is. It is no longer in the boat. It is out of the boat. So we're going to be setting this to the side, and then we're going to work on the rest of the boat. And while we're doing that, we're going to make a decision on what replacement we want to go with for this, because Mike's pretty sure it's not any good. So that's what we're going with right now. Okay, be back shortly. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. The first look inside of this motor full of water. Let me stop filming.
Go.
Okay, here we go. We're going to pull the head off and see what's underneath there.
Water's coming off.
Yep. That's the one.
Well, here's where the water's at. Probably some on the other side too. How does the top part look? Oh, sorry.
Recording?
Yeah. Okay, here's the other side. You work that gasket loose. Here it comes.
Okay.
Yep, there's water in that back one. I can see it from here. water in the last 2 cylinders on this side.
But it may be from us washing it, or it got rain in it.
Well, we hope you enjoyed today's video, and we hope to see you for the next one. Please like and subscribe. It helps us out greatly. Thank you again. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. It will help us out greatly. See you next time.